It's really hot. Like really, really hot. What's up, good people? It's your boy Josh here, coming to bring you a little bit of predictions for the year. I got the basketball predictions up, trying to hit it in the preseason before everything really gets started. So, let me start this off by saying I am a huge basketball nerd. I love basketball. I've been playing it my whole life. I've been watching my whole life. Anything about basketball, I'm for. I think I got a lot of things in here that's gonna upset a lot of people. I really think that. But this is really what I do. I talk basketball all day, and I really think I got some sleepers in here that people are really sleeping on. So for starters, we're gonna start off in the East. I think simply because the East is the easier thing to do. First up, we got Boston. I mean, the Boston Celtics. I think that's pretty much a wrap. Anybody that watches the game will can't really argue with that too much. I mean, they're stacked from Kyrie Irving to Al Horford to Gordon Hayward to Jaylen Brown to I'm not going to keep listing people because there's too many people to list. So I think Boston's going to come away with that first spot in the East. Sorry, cats jumping all over the place. We're going to follow that up with the 76ers, Philadelphia. I think they're a really solid team. They're really young, but they're really talented. They got all the core pieces that they need, and everybody just needs to continue to take a step forward, really. Ben Simmons, Embiid is really your two players that you're leaning on. And then, I mean, they got outside shooting with Covington and J.J. Redick. They got the inside locked up. I think they're really going to be good this year for that number 2 spot. Number 3, I got the Raptors. I think that the addition of Kawhi Leonard is going to do wonders for them. The trade was really even on both sides, more or less. So I think that the Raptors are going to be pretty legit this year. They still have the same bench. They have a new coach and everything, but I think that with the addition of Kawhi Leonard, everything's going to work out because no matter what, you always got Kyle Lowry to fall back on unless you're in the playoffs. Next up, we got the Wizards, the Washington Wizards. I think this is my sleeper. So this is really my sleeping pick. I got them at number 4. And I think they're going to get the Raptors a run for their money at number 3. This is what I mean when I said it slept on. Everybody's sleeping on Dwight Howard. Yes, he's a little bit old. He's like 31, going on 32, something like that. But it's still Dwight Howard. He's still in the prime of his life, more or less. And, I mean, it's Dwight Howard. This is really what he's been lacking his entire career. A point guard that knows how to get you the ball in John Wall and will get you the ball when you need it. So I think that he's really been missing that facilitator role. And I think this year he's got it. And I mean, the Wizards were on the cusp of doing things last year. The one thing about the Wizards that really frustrates me is that they can't stay healthy. And I know health is something that can't really be quantified when it comes to players and skills and things like that. But health really shouldn't be overlooked. Even Dwight Howard himself, like he's a big guy, and as you get older, they start getting foot problems and back problems, and they got to sit out games. So if everybody can stay healthy, I think the Wizards can really be a dangerous team. Follow up the Washington Wizards with the Bucks. I think that the Milwaukee Bucks are in a difficult position. I think that they're in the middle and pack. Like they're good enough to make the playoffs, no doubt, but they're not good enough to do anything with it. So I think they're gonna fall in this middling spot. Antetokounmpo is a beast. Let's not get that twisted any way, shape, or form. And the season hasn't started yet, so we don't know how developed his jumper is going to be. But if he did indeed develop some type of jumper, then he's going to be dangerous. And he's already dangerous. I mean, he's one of my early MVP candidates. So I think that if he takes another step forward, then they're going to be good. I mean, he's already coming into the season. If anybody has followed him, he's gained weight, mass. He's gained muscle and mass since he came into the league. You don't believe me? Look up his videos. Just go to Twitter and look up Giannis Antetokounmpo videos weightlifting, and you will see he is a beast. We're going to follow that up with the Indiana Pacers for my 6th pick. I think the Pacers are another middling team led by Victor Oladipo. I think that he'll will them into the playoffs by himself alone, but they have other good pieces. You got Darren Collison, who is a very, very, I won't say slept on point guard, but he is a very solid point guard. You got Miles Turner, a couple more steps to really get him into the conversation for one of these young, great big men. I think he can take those strides. I really do. And they actually have a lot of really good big men. TJ Leaf. They have a lot of good young people that should take some steps this season. So I think they're going to finish right in that 6th spot. That's going to be followed up by my hometown team, the Chicago Bulls. I think they're going to finish in the 7th spot. I think They took a lot of good strides this year. Unfortunately, Laurie Markkinen got hurt, sprained elbow. He's gonna miss 6 to 8 weeks to begin the season. So I think that's gonna hurt him a little bit. But I think they're gonna get a little traction after that, and I think finish. They're gonna finish stronger than they begin because they're a young team, and young teams need growth. The addition of Jabari Parker, you got a healthy Zach Levine. I think they're going to take some good strides this year. They got Wendell Carter, who has the potential to be Rookie of the Year. So they have a lot of great pieces. So I think they're going to be straight. Just need a couple of those young bucks to turn out like we want you to. Denzel Valentine. Miami coming in the eighth spot, and the Miami Heat. This prediction is going to be based on Jimmy Butler. He's came out and said that he would sign an extension with them if he was traded there. So that's already more incentive for Miami Heat to try to package a deal to get him. And if they do get him, I think that automatically puts them in playoff contention based off what they give away. But you do have to give something away to get Butler, and I think that's going to limit them as far as what they can do during the regular season. I think Jimmy Butler, who also has a history of injury, let's not overlook that. But he is a top 5 shooting guard in the league, if you ask me. I think he'll get you to the playoffs in that eighth spot, but it's not 100%. And then I have another team that's going to be borderline playoffs, but I'm not sure where they're going to fit. Watch out for those Cleveland Cavaliers and Kevin Love. I know I'm going to take a lot of flack for this, just like Tristan Thompson did, but they are champions. They have experience on that team. I think Colin Sexton is going to be really good for them. You got Kevin Love, who's going to finally get unleashed. I'm a big Kevin Love guy. I have been since his Minnesota Timberwolves days. I always like the way he plays the game, and I think they're going to really unleash him. It seemed that I don't think he did, but it seemed he took a couple steps back because somebody has to play that Chris Bosh role when it comes to big threes on a team. Now he's a number one option, so we're gonna see what he does with him. And plus all the experience he got from winning championships, there's not as much pressure on him. I believe that he's gonna have a really good season. So that's my top 8/9 for the East.